it's Chloe from The Life of Chloe. Today's video is a little bit different. I am going to be doing another voiceover video. Today I'm going to be following tutorials by different YouTubers on how to shade hair in the Gacha Life app using IBIS Paint. No hate to these creators, it's just a little bit of tips. I hope this video is helpful to them if they find it, to know how they can improve. And I would say I'm about an average editor, so it's not, and I'm sort of, like, I know how to use IBIS Paint. It's not like I'm a new beginner, new to IBIS Paint. So this is from an average person and what an average person can do this way. And once again, no hate to these creators. They did an awesome job making these tutorials because they look pretty good, but it's just to let you know that some people just can't really do it the same as you with your, with methods that you use. And so if you're making a tutorial, just keep that in mind, what it was like for you when you first started, how easy it was or how hard it was. Anyways, so now that I've gotten that out of the way, let's begin. So the first tutorial is another easy way to edit hair on IBIS Paint X. This tutorial is by XX Alisa XX exclamation mark, so credit goes to her for this video. So here's me editing it, and this is the picture, and she used this brush, but I was actually not able to find this brush that she used, so I had to improvise. Maybe it's because I have a newer, updated version of IBIS Paint. But I think it's good. It's actually very good. I really like the style. It was very easy. I liked it. But the only thing is, it was kind of hard to find the right color, the right sized brush. Because it was, for some reason I couldn't find it on there, which was very strange, but it's alright because it looks pretty decent. Here's the final product. I actually quite like the way it turned out. Personally, it's not my type of shading, but if she likes it, then she can do it. I think it does look good though from a distance, but up close it looks a little strange to me, but still it is a pretty good tutorial. And the next tutorial is how to shade hair and eyes Gacha Life tutorial by Asa Quinn. I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's hair and eyes shading. I actually use how she shades eyes. I actually really like that style. It's pretty popular, but I actually really like it. The tutorial was very helpful. Oh yes, and the previous tutorial was also pretty helpful. Just a few tips on that brush that I couldn't find. And now this is the next one. As you can see, I've selected the hair as she said to do, and I used the brush, and this part was pretty easy to outline it. And I think this shading, before when I used that big brush to shade, I think it looks better than the final product. And here's where I struggle, because these strips, I couldn't get them to go straight, and it was very odd, and for some reason the video cut out part of it. I don't know why, but basically what it was I was, as you can see in the final product, the lines that I made were a little curved. That was what I struggled with to get them even. Might just be me, and yeah. And yeah, it was a fairly easy tutorial. I feel like if you took away those reflection lines, it would look better, but overall I like the way it turned out, and I'd say this was a fairly helpful tutorial because it did help me with a ton of tips and tricks. The next video is called How to Shade / Edit Hair Gacha Hair for Beginners tutorial, 250 subscriber special. This tutorial is by Yang Yi, I think, YHENGI. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it, I guess. I'm not really sure. And by the thumbnail, I thought this one would be fairly difficult, which is why I wanted to try it, especially since it said for beginners. The hair looks very great in the thumbnail, so I decided I would try it out. And I did change the color of this hair because I couldn't be bothered to use the eyedropper to select the color. And she told me to do line art, he told us to do line art, which I don't think was very necessary. And personally, I'm not really good at line art, especially if you're a beginner. I'm pretty intermediate, and I'm still not even this good at it. And one thing I did not enjoy about this tutorial was that I noticed when she did it, she put some of her layers on clipping, which she actually did not tell you to do in the video, and it helped me out a lot when I did that. So that was one thing. And personally, I think it's hard to get the perfect shade of gray to go with the hair and to draw all those different lines, and for some reason the eraser looked very odd to me, and she didn't do a very good thorough job of explaining. So I feel like this would be good for somebody who has a background in already designing hair like this, but they just needed a few tips just to get themselves back on track. But I wouldn't really recommend it for beginners. But overall, I can tell she worked very hard by the animations in the video, and it's a great video. It's very helpful. It's just not very thorough, and I wouldn't recommend it for beginners, but it is good for somebody who is already very good at drawing hair. Once again, no hate, it's just an honest review of their video. And I hope if the person who created that, Yang He, is seeing this, I hope that they are able to improve their tutorials, so this way it's more helpful for beginners. So as you can see, here's the final products. This is from number 1. And then we've got number 2. And then number 3. And personally, my favorite is number 2, which is the video by Asakin, something like that. I really like her style. It's just the reflections weren't there. It would be a great shading tutorial. But once again, it's the style that she likes. It's what works for her. So that's what she did, which is completely fine with me. And then the third tutorial, so this is just sort of a summing up thing. The first tutorial, I feel it's very simple and easy, so it's a great tutorial. It's just that the brush was sort of hard to find, and no hate to her because obviously she couldn't know if we would have this brush or not, but I think what would be a good tip is for her to mention different tips that could potentially work, brush tips, and then we have the next one, which that was very thorough, very good, and yeah, that was a pretty good one. And the last one, it wasn't horrible, it wasn't, but it's in the middle, I'd say. And I feel bad saying this, but it's an honest tutorial, and I don't want to hide anything from you guys, like say, oh, it's great, when really, I really don't like the end product. Maybe it's just because I'm not a good drawer, and once again, if this is just my opinion. You can try these tutorials out for yourself, see how they work, and it might be just because I have, like, different IBIS paint, or it's just because, like, you know, my technology is older, or anything like that. It might not be the creator's fault of the video of why it didn't work. So yeah, that's just a little disclaimer. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please let me know if you enjoy these types of voiceover videos. And yeah, thanks for watching. Bye!